What's that?
Is it off?
No, it's on.
Yeah, play-by-play person. Give it away.
When'd you sneak up? I didn't even hear you. I'm gonna put a bell on you. When the play-by-play comes, he'll be there. Could you go down to the end there, please?
Give me a signal. All right. All right, we're here at Alumni Field here for the game between the Middlebury Tigers and the Rutland High Red Raiders. Mark Carboneau along with Ernie Sule. And I just blew in here from across the street. Somebody switched the time on me here. Well, at any rate, it's junior varsity football here this afternoon at Alumni Field under a beautiful sunshine-filled day here at Alumni. We've got the Raiders and the Tigers. You think this is easy, eh, Wall? All right, talk about being pressed into action here. The Raiders have the ball, and to give us to number 22 for the Raiders. This is going to be tricky here. That's Smith, J.B. Smith, on the carry, and he pretty much went nowhere on that play. So it's a third down and about 9 to go here for the Raiders. 8:44. We're into the first quarter of play here. No score. And the Rutland JV is coming in with a record. I believe that's what this is here. 7-0, so undefeated, and they're coming in against a 6-1 Middlebury team. So it should be a good ball game this afternoon between these two clubs. Okay, the Tigers losing only to Spalding. And there's Smith on the carry. And JB gets it up to into Middlebury territory. A little bit shy of that first down marker there. It looked like he had it on the first attempt, and then he got pushed back. Well, they'll call for a measurement here. 8:07 left in the first quarter play. That's the Raiders and the Tigers here this afternoon from Alumni. I guess. Wow. Wednesday's this? Okay. And I don't have my glasses. I got my wife's glasses, so. No, I just came from work. Wow. I won't be able to see anything after this one's over with. Okay. Mr. Mayhew out there manning the chains along with Mr. Kelligeri. Good to see Brian getting that exercise, Ernie. All right, 8:07, and the Raiders have the first down here, and they keep the drive going. Quarterback in the Raiders is Jake Eaton. And the give, well, let's see. Let's pick up the number here. Not much on that play. Was that Smith? 22? All right, that was JB again. That is Jake Eaton at quarterback, isn't it, Ernie? Okay, we've got number 11 here on the sheet, but he goes. 22 is Smith. Oh, wait a minute now. Angel Shannon is number 12. So, okay, that's got to be Angel then. Angel Shannon at quarterback. Okay. I wasn't quite sure if Jake was still quarterback in the JV team. Okay, he is out there on the sidelines. All right. And Shannon with the handoff. Let's see who got that. Nothing doing there. Maybe a yard on the play. That looked like Andrew Stevens, number 20, the ball carrier on that play. 6:58 left here, first quarter of action. And it's the Raiders and the Tigers here, junior varsity style this afternoon. The Raiders have a wide out here, split wide left. That's Joe Kelligiri. Got a man wide right. A couple of setbacks there. Shannon barks him out, drops it back. He's got a man open, and it's complete. And right up to the 30-yard line of the Tigers on the reception there for the Raiders. Boy, these glasses are tough, too. 40, number 40 there. So the Micah Kinsler with the reception for the Raiders. Okay, thanks, Ernie. Kinsler on the reception there from Shannon, and the Raiders pick up another first down. So it's 1st and 10 here. They're at the Tiger 30-yard line. A couple of receivers on this side now, split wide left. We got a man in motion. That's Mike Blanchette in motion. The give is to number 22 for the Raiders. That's J.B. Smith. Took it to the right, and let's see. He picked up 3 on the play, close to 3. So 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders here. No, we're 5:44 left. First quarter action here. Alumni Field this afternoon. Beautiful afternoon for football. Boy, I hope it's like this on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, I guess so. Hey, you can always hope. Oh, I'll be there at 11 o'clock. Shannon with 22, that's Smith. J.B. Smith still on his feet and finally being brought down by a host of Tigers there. He got inside the Middlebury 20-yard line, close to that 15. Well, we'll call it the 16 or 17-yard line of the Tigers. And on that play, I believe he picked up another first down, 1st and 10 here for the Raiders, and they keep the drive going. Smith is out. Looks like number 30. It could be Dave Collins, 32 in there for the Raiders in the backfield. And Shannon's going to keep it himself. And he's going to lose a few yards on this one here. They drop him back at the Tiger 22-yard line. So Shannon took it left here, rolled out, looking for some daylight, and the Tigers stopped that play. So it's 2nd down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for the Raiders. Number 80 there for the Raiders into the ball game. Jason Irish. While a lot of these names are familiar from last year, doing some of those freshman games. So that's Kinsler and J.B. Smith in the backfield now for the Raiders. A couple of men out. Number 80 out there wide, Jason Irish. They got a man in motion. That's number 40. That's Micah Kinsler. Shannon with a handoff to Smith, and he's met just about at the 20-yard line. And he works his way down to about the 19. So this is going to bring up a 3rd down, and let's see, 3rd and 10. 3:46 left. What's that? Oh, I think just about. I think so. I think I'm finally composed here. 3:36 left. First quarter, 3rd and 10 for the Raiders. And let's see, Shannon, the quarterback. Angel Shannon barks him out. He drops back. He's got a man down there going for number 10 there, Joe Kelligiri for the Raiders. And he overshot Kelligiri down there. So to bring up a 4th and 10 for the Raiders here. First quarter action from Alumni. No score in the ball game. It's the Raiders and the Tigers here with 3:20 left in the quarter. Number 80 checks in now for the Raiders. Jason Irish back in there. Joe Kelligiri, number 10, out. And let's see what the Raiders do here on a 4th and 10. Looks like they're going to go for it. They've got Kinsler. as the wide out here. He's split wide right. Couple of setbacks. And Shannon drops it back, lets it go. He's got a Kinsler down the sidelines, and he got one hand on it. Did a nice job just to get to the ball, really. And so the Tigers will take over here. Nice pass by just overthrew Kinsler there, just over his head, just out of reach here. Had one hand on it and couldn't come down with it. So the Tigers will take over here, 1st and 10, and with 3:13 left in the quarter, they'll have the ball at, let's see, their own 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Let's see what we got at quarterback here. This is going to be a little tricky. We got those white jerseys with the orange numbers. Well, it's seasonal anyways. We got that black and orange. Number 11 in there, Denny Smith, quarterback in the Tigers. They've got they come with a full house backfield, as is typical of the Middlebury offense. And a give here, let's see. Looks like 35 got the carry. That's Andrew Cannell. So Cannell on the carry. And let's see. The Tigers are looking at a 2nd down and 9. Picked up a yard on the play. The Tigers start them out early at that freshman level. They come with a full house backfield. And I know at the varsity level they use a wishbone. They got a man in motion. That's Cannell. Denny Smith barks him out, the quarterback. We got flags down the play and a whistle. And let's see. What's that? Steve Morrow out there doing one of the officials there this afternoon. We got a procedure call against the Tigers. Now let's see. They had a second. They were faced with a 2nd and 9. Now this is going to drop them back. 2nd down and 14 now. 2:31 here. First quarter action. Junior varsity this afternoon. The Raiders and the Tigers from Alumni. Smith, the quarterback here for the Tigers. And he went the hand off. I didn't think that was designed play. Who made the stop on it? 70. For the Raiders, coming up with a big play there. Check my list, and let's see. Jason Johnson for the Raiders with the tackle on that play. So we're looking at a 3rd and 19 now. We've got 2:04 left in the quarter. The Raiders doing the job here defensively. Of course, that penalty by the Tigers, they got the procedure call, so that knocked them back 5 yards. So we're looking at 3rd and 19 with a minute and a half left. A minute and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Smith, and again we got flags. Let's see here. False start against the Tigers. Oh, that's going to drop them back another 5 yards. So Middlebury not helping themselves here in this first series of downs here. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 24. 1:34 left in the quarter here. Smith barks him out. And he's going to hand off to Cannell. Trying to get around that left side. Picks up a few yards there, but finally taken down here. Looked like number 45 for the Raiders on the bottom of the pile. That's Ben Brown on the tackle for the Raiders. He had some help. Not sure who the other members on the tackle were for the Raiders, but he did have a little bit of help there. With 1:01 left here in the quarter, the Tigers are faced with a 4th and 20. And back to kick is the quarterback, Denny Smith. Back deep for the Raiders here. If we can pick up the numbers, 22, we know who that is. That's J.B. Smith. And a kick by Denny Smith of the Tigers. Fair catch is called for by the Raiders, and that's number 45. Ben Brown will take it right there at the Tiger 40-yard line, just over the 40-yard line. So the Raiders will go to work with a 1st and 10, 42 seconds left there. I got to make sure. That scoreboard's tricky when it gets less than a minute, I'll tell you. So 40. Yeah, that's right. 42 seconds left in the quarter, and the Raiders and Tigers here, no score from Alumni Field. We got a couple of setbacks for the Raiders. They got a man split wide right. And Angel Shannon, the quarterback here for the junior varsity squad this afternoon. He's going to fake the handoff. He wants to throw, and he's got a man right down there. Catch was made. Number 40 for the Raiders, that's Kinsler. I'll tell you, he made a nice play. He was in traffic there, too. He had one or couple of Tigers there, around him, and Kinsler comes up with a catch. Nicely thrown pass there by Shannon. And it puts the Raiders in good shape here, 1st and 10, and they're inside that Tiger 30-yard line. He's got Kinsler out here wide left, and Shannon barking him out. He's got a couple of setbacks. Dropping back again. And this time he hits, let's see. Reception is made down there. Let's see if we get the number here. Number 84 for the Raiders. That's Hunter Brown. So Hunter Brown comes down with the catch, and the Raiders have got another first down. The Raiders moving through the air here against the Tigers. 1st and 10, and they're driving here. They're inside the Tiger 20-yard line. We'll call it the 18. So the Raider junior varsity squad here, putting the test of the Tigers here this afternoon here at Alumni. This is Shannon now, the quarterback. And somebody moved in that Raider backfield there. So that's the first flag this afternoon thrown against the Raiders here. A procedure call, so this will drop it back. Going to be a 1st and 15 now. Boy. Yeah, really. Yeah, it is consistent, isn't it? All right, so the Raiders 1st and 15. And we got a couple of, let's see, number 80 there. That's Jason Irish. Split wide left for the Raiders. And also Kinsler. And Shannon hands it off to J.B. Smith. And he picked up, he might have got a couple. Tiger defense ran. All right, that'll do it here from Alumni for the first quarter, and the score 0-0. We'll be back. All right, back in Alumni here. Second quarter action just underway, and the Raiders have the ball just inside that Middlebury 20-yard line. It's the Raiders and the Tigers here. Junior varsity action this afternoon from Alumni. That's Micah Kinsler in action. Shannon with the give to J.B. Smith. And, well, I'll tell you, the middle of that line there is tough going for the Raiders. Typically tough defensive squad here from Middlebury in the middle of that line. Both squads enjoying a good season this year. 6-1. The Tigers are 6-1, only lost to Spalding, and then the Raiders 7-0. So a big ball game here for both clubs this afternoon. 11:25 left, second quarter of action. Shannon drops it back. He's looking, and that one's going to go incomplete. See who was in on the play there. Big number 89 for the Tigers, and that was Craig Hansen. So Hansen makes the stop for Middlebury, and this is going to bring up a 4th down and 6. 4th and 6 for the Raiders. And let's see what the call is here by the Raider coaching staff. Fourth and 6, 11:15 to go in the quarter. They've got Kinsler wide right. Smith is the wingback. And he fakes to Smith. He's got a man wide open down there in the end zone, and it's complete. It's a touchdown. Well, I tell you, that was a pretty play. Number 80, Jason Irish with the reception from Angel Shannon. And the Raiders are on the board first here, 11:08 in the second quarter of play. Pretty play there. Shannon rolled, he faked to Smith, the wingback, rolled left, And he had Irish all by himself in the end zone. They were just waiting for the pass. So the Raiders on the board, 6-0. And now they'll go for the 2-point conversion here. He's got Smith and Brown in the backfield here. And the give is going to go to J.B. Smith. And he doesn't get in there. So we'll take a timeout. It's the Raiders 6 and the Tigers 0. All right, back at Alumni Field this afternoon. It's junior varsity action, and the Raiders have just scored here, 6-0 over the Middlebury Tigers. Angel Shannon all set here. The ball is teed up, and he's ready to kick it off here to the Tigers. And boy, I cannot make out the numbers. We've got a 15 back there, but there is no 15 on the roster. At any rate, the short goes, or the kick is short, and it's going to go out of bounds there at, let's see, between the 40 and the 35-yard line there, just about the 36-yard line of the Tigers. Well, the officials bringing the ball out into play, and the Tigers will take it. 1st and 10 here at about their own 30, we'll call it the 36-yard line. So the Tigers and the Raiders on top 6-0 here at this point. 11:08 left in the second quarter of action. Denny Smith leads them out here. He'll be the quarterback of the Tigers. They come with a full house backfield. And they're putting a new ball into play here. Full house backfield for the Tigers. Smith hands it off, and this is number 21? 35. Okay, that's going to be Andy Cannell. So Cannell with the carry. Thanks, Ernie. I know. Well, 4 eyes are better than 2, that's for sure. Yeah, really. 10:46 left, second quarter, and the Tigers, Cannell may have gotten a yard on the play, so we're looking at a 2nd down and about 9 now. Full house backfield for the Tigers. And a give this time is going to go to Cannell again. Number 35. Andy Cannell again on the carry. Number 80 coming into the game for the Tigers. That's Matt Douglas. And 82 coming out is Joe Sheehan. I wonder if that's another relative of Patty Sheehan, another one of her nephews. I know one of them, she's got one nephew that plays varsity. 2 nephews. Well, that's got to be the other one. And there's a pass, and it's complete. And let's see, number 80, that's Matt Douglas. So Douglas with the reception for the Tigers. And I'm not sure who the Raider was there. Defense tackled by number 80 for the Raiders. So that would be Jason Irish. So Irish makes the stop on Douglas, number 80. So the Tigers will go to work here. The 1st and 10. 9:50 left, second quarter action. The Raiders ahead here, 6-0 at this point. Tigers coming with the full house backfield. Denny Smith, the quarterback. And a give us to Cannell, and he's met, let's see who coming in there, big number. All right, 82, that's number, let's see, that'd be Kieran Keefe, Micah Kinsler, and number 60 in there also, Sean Town in there for the Raiders. Was that a 40 you gave me? Okay. So the Raiders make the stand defensively on that play, so it's a 2nd and 10 now with 9:11 left. Second quarter action here from Alumni. Junior varsity action. It's the Raiders and the Tigers this afternoon. Smith barks him out. He's got a full house backfield. And a give again is to Cannell. Coming around that left side, and the Raiders finally get him down there just over the 40-yard line. See, coming up. All right, looks like Shannon and Kinsler in there also. Making the stop for the Raiders. So let's see something. We had a flag down on the play. Didn't see the flag, but the officials are talking to the Raider captains. So let's see what the call is. All right, there's a legal shift against the Tigers. So this will drop him back here. Let's see. I think this is a 5-yard. Is that a 5-yard penalty? Yeah. Second down and, right. Second down 15. So 5 yards against the Tigers for the legal shift. 8:43 left. Second quarter action here. Smith barks him out, and he goes to number 18 this time. And that's Jonah Rule. And Rule gets it out. I don't know if he got anything. He might have gotten he got a couple yards on the play. Well, we'll call it 3. So the Tigers looking at a 3rd down and 12 now. Jonah Rule on the carry for the Tigers. Not sure who made the stop there for the Raiders. And it was that far side of the field. And I'll tell you, that sun is brilliant this afternoon. It's beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky here in Alumni Field. Boy, I guess, yeah. Pretty good crowd on hand for this afternoon's game, too. Junior varsity level here. All right, that's Smith. He faked the handoff. It's intercepted by Shannon. And he's going to draw a host of Tigers. They're still riding them. And there's the whistles. I'll tell you, Shannon came up with the interception. Smith faked into the one of the backs, and then he threw over the middle. And Angel Shannon comes up with the interception, but it looks like we got a clip there against the Raiders. That play should stand, though, I believe. Yeah, the interception will stand. It must have happened. It was on the run back. It was on the play after. And this is going to move the Raiders back somewhat. This will drop the ball. Okay, so it was a clip against the Raiders. And let's see, it drops the ball back to the 35-yard line of Rutland. So the Raiders will go to work on the offense here. First and 10 for the Raiders with 7:41 left in the second quarter of play here. 6-0. The Raiders on top here. Right now we got number 11 in there for the Raiders. So that is Jake Eaton now at the quarterback position. Drops it back. He's got a man open, and it's complete. Hunter Brown on the reception. Number 84, Hunter Brown with the reception for the Raiders. And that was a pretty play. Boy, they throw a lot, Ernie. Okay. Shannon, I guess, had an injury, and they weren't quite sure whether he was going to play in this afternoon's ball game, but he's done a good job up to that point. Now we got Jake Eaton, who, of course, has been up at the varsity level the last, 3 or 4 weeks now. Okay, Jake barks him out here. He's got, there's the pitch back to J.B. Smith, and Smith is going to pick up a few yards on this play. Some tough running down there by J.B. Smith. And he gets the ball up to, let's see, just about the, we'll call it the 47-yard line. He's in Tiger territory. 6:37 left, second quarter of action, and it's 6-0. The Raiders on top here this afternoon at Alumni. Hunter Brown, number 84, goes out now. The Raiders, Jake Eaton, that quarterback. Got a couple of setbacks, and he's got a man split wide left out there. Got a wing back. And let's see, the give is going to go to number 45. That's Ben Brown. And let's see, I don't think he's going to make it to the first down marker. He's going to come up short. Look like about third and maybe a yard. Third, close to a yard. The Raiders, not much luck running in the middle of the line, but when they string it out here and they run either side wide, they seem to pick up a good portion of yardage. And, of course, the passing game really working for the Raiders this afternoon. Let's see what they do here on a third and just about a yard to go here for the first. He's got Kelligiri out here split wide right. He's got a wing back and a couple of setbacks. Eaton barks him out, and a handoff. That's 45 again, Ben Brown, and he's going to have the first down for the Raiders. So Brown keeps the Raider drive going here with 5:56 left in the second quarter of play from Alumni Field. The Raiders lead 6-0 at this point over the Tigers. Raiders coming in 7-0, undefeated in this one. Tigers will have Burlington next week for their final game, and of course the Raiders will have the Mounties. The give was into the middle of the line. He's still on his feet. I think that's Ben Brown. I'll tell you, he's a tough character. Ben Brown, and let's see, he picked up, that was a 1st and 10 for the Raiders, picked up 3, so we're looking at a 2nd and 7 now. The Raiders finish up, like I was mentioning earlier, next week. I believe that's what, next Wednesday, Ernie? For the JV game. Okay, Monday. So next Monday, that's right. This is Monday, isn't it? Told you it was a... Okay. Eaton barks him out. The pitch back to J.B. Smith. And Shannon, he got a block from Shannon there, but not much more than that. They're both in, right. Eaton's a quarterback, and he's got Shannon out there as one of the... he must have been in the wingback position there at that time. Well, we got a 3rd and 9 now for the Raiders. 4:22 left in the second quarter here. 3rd down and 9. So you got Shannon at one of the backs, and the other back is J.B. Smith. He's got a man split wide right here. And Eaton drops back. He's got, that's Kinsler, and Kinsler makes the catch. And he's down deep in Tiger territory down there. So the Raiders keep the drive going here. Eaton to Kinsler. And they've hooked up, well, Shannon has hooked up with Kinsler before in that first quarter of play. So well, the Raiders keep it going here on the pass play. So Eaton connects with Kinsler, and they've got a 1st and 10. And they're going to be inside that Tiger, let's see, 10, well, we'll call it the 8-yard line. Or am I, let's see. Yeah. 1st and goal, then, if it's inside the 10. Let's see, dropping the hands off. J.B. Smith on the carry, going wide. He's going to get in here. Let's see. Boy, it was close. He came up just about a yard short of that. Again, the Raiders having rather good success against the Tigers, going to the wide side of the field there. Then when they do the they get that little pitch, and then they go wide left or wide right, and they've that seemed to do the job here this afternoon against the Tigers. Not much in the middle of that line, so they've taken it outside and they've worked the pass to their benefit this afternoon. 3:30 left here, second quarter. And the Raiders driving here. Eaton is the quarterback. And we got a fumble in the backfield. Let's see. It looked like Eaton got it back. I'm not sure who the... okay, 45. That would have been Ben Brown. Raiders got it back at any point. That's going to, let's see. Looks like it's back about close to that 5-yard line. .257 left here. Second quarter of action. The Raiders 6-0 over the Tigers from Middlebury, and they're driving for more here. Going to be a 2nd down. 2nd and goal. The ball are just about the 4-yard line. Jake Eaton, the quarterback. And the give is into the middle there. That went to Shannon. And again, like we said earlier, that Tiger defensive line is tough in the middle. It's tough to break there. So Shannon got the carry, and nothing doing. It's 3rd down now, and goal here from the 4-yard line. Clock is running, 2:20 left in the quarter. All right, he's got a man. He's got Micah now, split wide right, and Eaton's rolling out. And he's not going to make it. Well, I tell you, that's a good defensive play there by number 45 of the Tigers. That was Chris Allenson came up, and he stopped Jake Eaton on the carry. Eaton was rolling to his right. Looked like he had a good chance to get in there, but Allenson comes up, makes the stop for the Tigers. So now the Raiders are looking at a 4th and goal. The loss was 2 yards on the play, so now it's a 4th and goal, and the ball on the 6-yard line. Now let's see what they call here. He's got Kinsler. He's got Kinsler and also another wide receiver. That's number 80, Jason Irish. And he goes back to pass, and it goes to Kinsler, and it's a touchdown. So Eaton dropped back. He had 2 wide receivers. He went with Kinsler, who came across the middle, and the reception was good. So Kinsler gets the 6 points for the Raiders, and it's now 12-0. The Raiders on top of the Tigers. That came with, well, we've got 1:16 left in the second quarter. That was a tough call because it was a 4th down. The ball was 4th and goal, and the ball was at the 6-yard line of Middlebury. So now the Raiders going for the, looks like it's going to be a 2-point conversion. Eaton drops it back. He's got a man over the middle there. I think he was going for J.B. Smith. Oh, 82. Okay, that 82 would have been Kieran Keefe. So the try for the 2 points is no good. Both teams come back up the field here, and it's the Raiders 12 and the Tigers nothing. All right, back in Alumni Field, 1:16 left in the second quarter. It's the Raiders and the Tigers here this afternoon. It's a junior varsity ball game here, and the Raiders on top, 12-0. They just got a touchdown from Jake Eaton to, oh God, I forgot who that was now. Micah Kinsler, I believe, yeah. All right, the kick is going to go to, let's see, is that 35? 15 for the Tigers, and I'm not sure. We don't have a number 15 on the roster, so we're going to have to, okay, Ernie's going to get right on that, and we'll find out who that number 15 is. 1:09 left in the second quarter of play here. Trying to get some information here down below. Let's see. So the Raiders, or the Tigers, will go to work 1st and 10. And they're going to have the ball just about at their 20-yard line. Beautiful afternoon here at Alumni. We're under a minute now in the second quarter. The Tigers 1st and 10. And this is going to be Denny Smith here. He's the quarterback. Barks him out. We got a man on the right side there. Looked like he left a little bit early. So it's going to be a false start against the Tigers. And this will drop him back 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 now with 47 seconds left in the quarter. Who we got here? Number 81 coming out for the Tigers. That's Adam Gorton. And the Raiders here have really played well defensively. They've Tigers had a drive earlier, or late in that first quarter, I should say, and they stopped them on that drive. This is their second possession of the ball game, and running hard there for the Tigers. Out of that backfield there, looks like number 45, and that's going to be Chris Allenson. Allenson was the one who came up and made the stop in that last Raiders series. They were facing a 3rd down. He came up and made the stop on Jake Eaton. So Allenson in the backfield for the Tigers. Smith barks him out. He goes right back to Allenson up over the middle, and he's still on his feet. And let's see, finally brought down here. Looks like Kinsler was in on the play also for the Raiders. Number 12, that's Angel Shannon. So Shannon and Kinsler make the stop on Allenson. And let's see. It'll be another Middlebury 1st down. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and that'll do it. So after 1 half of play, it's the Raiders 12 and the Tigers nothing. All right, back at Alumni Field here this afternoon, and the score 12-0. The Raiders over the Tigers here at the end of the first half. We're getting ready for the kickoff here to open up the second half of play, and it's a beautiful afternoon. Not a cloud in the sky here. The Raiders back there. Let's see, number 45 is going to be Ben Brown, and number 22, J.B. Smith. This one's going to go to Brown. One hands it, and he's up to his 20. And now he starts a reverse here. Still on his feet. He got by the first run. And still going. He's gone. Wait a minute. We got a flag back here. Walt's pointing back at the flag. Well, I'll tell you, it was a heck of a run by Ben Brown, but I think it's going to be, I All right, there's the signal. It's Steve Morrow just gave the signal. It's a clip. Is that a clip, Ernie, or a hold? What? Okay, it's a clip against the Raiders, and they're talking to the Middlebury people. So it's definitely going to go against the Raiders. Boy, that's too bad because that was a pretty play. I'll tell you. Ben Brown, it looked like he started to retreat. He got up as far as the 20, and then he started to go backwards. And he had a host of Tigers around him, and then he broke away from that. He got around that left sideline, and then he cut back into the middle of the field, and he had clear sailing. But it's going to come back here. The Raiders 12-0 on top here over the Tigers, just to open up the second half of play. There's the signal. It's a clip against the Raiders, so that's going to bring it all the way back here. So the Raiders will have it. That is too bad, Ernie. That's a nifty play, you know, and I'm sure nobody feels worse about it than Ben. But yeah, really, that's the one who should feel the worst about it. But the Raiders will start now at let's see, 15. Oh boy, that's going to be this is about the 12-yard line. So the Raiders will start at their own 12, and what would have been an 18-0 game is now it's still back to we're moving back 12-0 now. So the Raiders had the clipping penalty on the Brown touchdown run, so they're back here 1st and 10. And Angel Shannon back at quarterback position here for the Raiders. He's got Kinsler out here, and a give is to J.B. Smith. And let's see, keeps the feet moving. He gets it up close to the 10-yard line. J.B. Smith on the carry for the Raiders, and it looked like number 45 there for Middlebury made the stop, Chris Allenson. So that'll bring up a second down now. The Raiders using the two quarterbacks this afternoon. They started out with Angel Shannon, and then they came back in the second quarter there with Jake Eaton. Now they've gone back to Shannon here. Coach Kevin Balomo using the two-quarterback system this afternoon for the Raider Junior Varsity. JV's for the Raiders on top here, 12-0, and we're in the third quarter. There's the give is, let's see, J.B. Smith on the carry. Might have got a yard or two. Again, it's been tough going for the Raiders in that the middle of that Tiger line there this afternoon. They've been able to cut around it pretty good. They've been able to run outside against the Tigers, but as far as the middle of the line, boy, they're maybe 2 yards, 2 or 3 yards tops, and that's been just about it. 10:25 left here. Third quarter action from Alumni Field. It's the Raiders and the Tigers. Now he's got Kinsler out here wide left, and number 80, that's going to be Irish, is on the other side. Shannon rolling. Still on his feet, finally taken down here, just about the 15-yard line. So that's going to bring up a fourth down now for the Raiders. 4th and about 11. And the Raiders will have to boot it away here with 9:47 left in the third quarter. Right. Well, I'll tell you, they're going from the penthouse to the outhouse there. They went from a touchdown to a punt, Ernie. That's exactly what they did. So back to kick for the Raiders. Shannon takes the high snap, and he did a good job just to get the ball away. And it's fine. Let's see who it's picked up by. Almost touched one of the Raiders down there. So it takes a Raider bounce, and it bounces to about the 48. We'll call it the 47 of the Tigers. No, actually, that's the 47 of the Raiders. So the Tigers will start 1st and 10 at the Raider 47-yard line here. 9:17 left in the third quarter of action. 1st and 10 Tigers. And now the Tigers will see if they can get something going here against this stubborn Raider defense. New quarterback in there for the Tigers also. That's Johnny Sabelos. And a handoff. This is Cannell, number 35 for the Tigers. He gets a few. He's up a second down now, and let's see, he picked up, like he had 3 on the carry, 3 or 4. So we're looking at a second down and about, well, we'll call it 6. Second down and 6 for the Tigers. 8:47 left. Third quarter action. The Raiders on top, 12-0. Sabella, so the handoff now, and he goes to 27. That's Tony Emilio. And Emilio takes it to the Raider, well, we'll call it the 43, the Raider 43-yard line. So let's see, what did he pick up? He picked up a third. He's looking at a third down and about 5. So he might have got a yard on the carry. Canelo's out for the Tigers. Middlebury going with the full house backfield. They've got the John Sabellos in there at quarterback. And he drops it back to pass. He's hit. And he was looking for number 89 down there. That was Craig Hansen. But he was well covered by the Raiders. The pass went short. So we're looking at a 4th down and 5 now for Middlebury. The Raiders lead the Tigers here 12-0. Third quarter action from Alumni Field. It's junior varsity action this afternoon here on Channel 15. Mark Carboneau to do the play-by-play and Ernie Sule on the camera. That's Denny Smith gets the boot away, and that's a good one. It's coming down. The fair catch is called for by Ben Brown down there for the Raiders. So Brown gets the fair catch, and the Raiders will go to work. I'd call it just about the 14-yard line. Make it the 13. So the Raiders have it 1st and 10, and they'll start from their own 13-yard line here. 7:53 left in the third quarter of play here from Alumni. No, exactly. The Tigers, boy, they had real good field position, Ernie, that particular series, and they really couldn't do much with it. So the Raiders have got the ball back now, and back at the quarterback position is Jake Eaton, number 11. He's got Smith at a wingback. He's got a couple of wideouts. Kinsler, and he's looking for Kinsler. He's down there, and this one's going to be picked off by the Tigers. Number 81 picks it off for Middlebury, and that's Adam Gorton. So Gorton with the interception for the Tigers, and Middlebury will put the ball back in play here. They'll have it 1st and 10. And that'll be, let's see, about the 41-yard line. So the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at the Raider 41-yard line. So the Raiders stopped the Tigers in the previous series. They got the ball back, and on the first play, Eaton's pass is intercepted by number 81. It was Adam Gorton for the Tigers. Picks it off, and so now the Tigers will go to work here. 7:40 left. Third quarter action from Alumni. This is Sabellos now. A handoff goes to number 27 around the right-hand side there, and he's Tony Emilio. And Emilio takes it around the corner there. He might have got, let's see. He started at the Raider 41. He picked up about 4 yards on the carry. So we're looking at a 2nd down and 6. 7:09 left. Third quarter action here. The Tigers with the ball. Raiders on top, 12-0 in this one here, third quarter. And the handoff this time goes to number 45. He's through the middle of that Raider line, finally dragged down. Chris Allenson on the carry, making the stop for the Raiders, Hunter Brown. And also Jason Irish in there to help out. So Brown and Irish on the stop for the Raiders, but not before the Tigers pick up a 1st down. So with 1st and 10, the Tigers keep the drive going. 6:47 left here, third quarter action. John Sabalos, the quarterback. And a give this time, they go right back to Allenson. And he's stacked up by that Raider defense there. He picked up, let's see, he had a gain of 4. So we're looking at a 2nd down and 6 now for Middlebury. 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. It's 12-0. The Raiders on top here in the third quarter from Alumni. 6:11 left in the quarter. And at the quarterback position now, John Sabalos here working the second half. Denny Smith was the quarterback in that first half of action for the Tigers. The handoff, and here comes the reverse. That's number 40 for the Tigers, Jason Quinville. Jason Quinville. And Quinville takes it. Shannon on the tackle for the Raiders. And let's see, I don't know if he came up short there. What are we looking at here? He had a second, so he did pick up the first down. So the Middlebury Tigers here moving the ball now in this third quarter of action. 5:50 left in the quarter. And we got a 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. Sabalos, the quarterback. He's got 2. And a give is to number 45. It's Allenson again, trying to get around the corner. And we got a flag down on the play. Let's see on the Raiders making the stop there. Number 56, Brian Pitnello. All right, we got a clip against the Tigers, and that's going to bring this one back here. They were looking at they had a 1st and 10. They were just inside that Raider 20-yard line, but this one's going to move them back now with a clip. And let's see, official marking off the penalty here is going to drop it back to about the 33, we'll call it the 33-yard line. So the Tigers will go to work. They'll have a 1st, and boy, they got a bunch here. 1st and 25. Thanks, Walt. Well, they had to wait for me to get here to start the play-by-play, so I guess I can't complain if I have to wait for the clock. So now the Tigers were the 1st and 25. And boy, you got that right. Let's see here. They made it. They got it up close to the 30. So now it's a 2nd down, and he might have had it. Well, he gained a couple on the play. So 2nd down and about 22 now for the Tigers. The Raiders on top here, 12-0 in the third quarter of action from Alumni Field. Junior varsity action here this afternoon. 4:52 left in the quarter. Sabalos, the quarterback for the Tigers. He's got a lone setback. The give in the middle there, the fake, and the give is to number 40 there for the Tigers. Quinville on the carry. And for the Raiders, Kinsler coming up. Also Jeff Whitmer. And also number 60 for the Raiders, Sean Town on the stop defensively. So the Tigers now looking at a 3rd down and about 16. That gained about 6 yards on the carry by Quinville for the Tigers. 3rd and 16 for the Tigers now. Middlebury coming here. Now he's got a 2 setbacks. He's got a wing back out on the right side, and there's a flag down on the play. The give goes to number 45, that's Allenson again. Allenson got the carry, and 56 here. Let's see, that would have been Brian Pitnello now. Pitnello makes the stop for the Raiders. So we got a shift against the Tigers. And 3:57 left here in the third quarter. Illegal shift for by Middlebury. The Raiders decline it. And now the Tigers looking at a 4th down, and they've got a bunch here for a 1st down. 4th and about, let's see what Walt puts up there. 4th and 16. I think it's more than that. 4th and 20. There you go. Yeah, he must have new glasses. I'll tell you, this is a challenge. I didn't have my glasses to start with. I had to borrow the wives, and I'll tell you, shoo, unbelievable. And the pitch back. Here comes the pass. And it's complete. And let's see. I'll tell you. No, I think he came up short. I think he made it just to the goal line there. Number 82. For the Tigers makes the reception. That's Joe Sheehan on the reception for the Tigers, and ironically, Coach Kevin Belomo hollered out. The last thing he said was watch the fake pass, and that's exactly what the Tigers did. So they've got the ball. It's a 1st and goal. They're on about the 1-yard line of the Raiders, and they're knocking on the door here. And a give is to number 27 in there for the Tigers, Tony Amilo. So Amilo runs it in for the Tigers, and it's now the Raiders 12 and the Tigers 6. So let's see if they'll go for the 2-point conversion here, being down by 6 points. It's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. They're going to go for 2, Ernie says. So, all right, we'll take your word for it. That doesn't happen too often, though. Well, that's right. All right, the Tigers coming with a full house backfield here. This is Sabalos, the quarterback. He's going to go back and pass. He's got a man out there, and it's good. Reception was made. Looked like 89 there for the Tigers, Craig Hansen. So Hansen gets the 2-point conversion, is good for the Tigers, and it's 12 now for the Raiders and 8 for the Tigers. And we've got 3:10 left in the third quarter of play here. Hey, there's people, look. All right, we're back here now at Alumni Field. It's the Raiders 12 and the Tigers 8. The Tigers have just put one in the end zone here. They had a passing play. Coach Palomo warned his Raiders defensive team. He said to watch for the fake pass, and that's exactly what the Tigers pulled off. They got the touchdown, and they also passed for the 2-point conversion. So it's 12-8. This one's picked up there by Ben Brown. He had a heck of a run the last time he had the ball. And this time he makes it up to close to the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 28. Right, it was the halfback option. Thanks, Walt. You had to correct me on that one. They went with the halfback option, and that's how they got the touchdown there. And, of course, they came back, and then they threw for the 2-point conversion also. So with 3:01 to go here in the third quarter, the Raiders go to work. The last time Ben Brown got the ball on the kickoff, he went all the way for the touchdown, but unfortunately it was called back on a clipping call against the Raiders. So the Raiders go to work 1st and 10. Jake Eaton, the quarterback. The handoff goes to Ben Brown, number 45. He, let's see, I think his initial gain there by Brown was up somewhere around the 30s, 33. We'll call it the 33-yard line. So the Raiders are faced with a 2nd down and 8 yards to go here. 2:21 left in the third quarter of play from Alumni. It's been a fast-moving game this afternoon here. Junior varsity action. The Raiders will be back in action next Monday night, and that'll be against their crosstown rivals, the Mounties from MSJ. And we'll have that one here on Channel 15 also for you. Oh, I'll be here. And we got a man in motion, and we got flags down. Delay a game, and this one's going to go against the Raiders. So I'll tell you, the first half, the Raiders look sharp. In the second half now, as I look across the field, and there's another Raider team trotting onto the far end zone here. That's the freshman team coming into our view here at Alumni. And they're coming over to watch their JV counterparts and give them some moral support here this afternoon against the Tigers. So the Raiders on top, 12-8. And the Raiders now looking at a 2nd down and 13 here to go. Eaton is back at the quarterback position. They fake to J.B. Smith. He wants to throw, and Eaton's got a man open down there. Look, momentarily, that was Ben Brown. And Brown couldn't come up with the catch. So it's now a 3rd down and 13. That's right. Yeah, Ernie talking about that Friday night game, and that third quarter also was filled with penalties and mistakes. And here again, the JV squad here at Rutland this afternoon making the same type of mistakes here. They're up in this one, 12-8. He's got Kinsler now, is split wide right here. He's looking, and Eaton goes across the middle, number 84, and that's Hunter Brown. And Hunter Brown makes the reception to put the Raiders close to Tiger territory. They pick up the 1st down. They get the ball up to, we'll call it the 47. So the Raiders with the ball at their own 47-yard line, but they got a fresh 4 downs to work with now, with 1:32 left in the third quarter of play here at Alumni. So the Raiders now, Jake Eaton, the quarterback. He's got a wide out on the right-hand side. He's got a wing back, and there's a couple of setbacks. Drops it back now, looks over the middle, and he was going to go to, is that 22 or 30? Well, let's see. Looks like number 89 out there. Actually, I don't have an 89 on for the Raiders. Might have been Kieran Keefe, number 82. Looked like he was the intended receiver. So with a second down and 10, the Raiders with 1:11 here to go in the third quarter of play from Alumni. Kinsler comes out here on the right-hand side. He's a wideout. He's got a man split wide left. And a handoff goes to number 22, J.B. Smith, still on his feet. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down there. And he gets up close to the 30-yard line of the Tigers. So the Raiders now pick up another first down. Nifty run there by J.B. Smith. 1:02 left in the third quarter here, and the Raiders up 12-8. And this is a key drive here for the Raiders. They need to run some clock and put 6 points in on the board here. You should be able to get it one play off here in this third quarter. We're down about 50 seconds now. Jake Eaton, the quarterback. He's got a man split wide right. And a give us to J.B. Smith. And Smith might have got a couple on the play. 35 seconds left. Third quarter action here from Alumni. The Raiders up 12-8, and they're looking at a second down and about 8 yards to go. Let's see what Coach Palomo has in the playbook for this one here. He's got Kinsler now, split wide left, and Jason Irish split wide right here. Let's see, the fake to J.B. Smith, and Jake rolls and he pitches it to Ben Brown, but Ben's going to come up short on that first down marker. So the Raiders now going with a third down. Basically, no gain on the play. That's the end of the third quarter play with the Raiders 12 and the Tigers 8. All right, back in Alumni here. It's 12-8. The Raiders on top of the Tigers, and we get ready for the fourth quarter of action. This is junior varsity action this afternoon. Mark Carboneau here to do the play-by-play, and Ernie Sule on the camera work. And we can't forget the scorekeeper here, Walt Laddebush. And this is Jake Eaton. He's going to dish it out here. He's got 22. Boy, I should know who that is. That's J.B. Smith. Been calling his number all afternoon. So he rolled to his right and he hit J.B. Smith, but they came up short there the first down. So now they got a fourth down and about 3 here. And this is a big play for the Raiders. We're just into the fourth quarter here. 11 minutes and 32 seconds left in the contest. So let's see what the Raiders pull on this one here. He's got two men split, one wide, a wide right, and that's going to be Kinsler, and that's who he wanted to go to, Kinsler. Jake Eaton dropped back, and he was looking for Micah Kinsler, and the ball was knocked down there by the Tigers. So the ball goes back to Middlebury here with 11 minutes, 12 seconds left in the contest. So the Tigers will have it first and 10. And they're going to have the ball just about the 20, we'll call it the 27-yard line. Tigers will have it first and 10. Let's see who we got going at quarterback here. That's going to be 14. 11 is back in there. Okay, that's Denny Smith back at the quarterback position. The handoff. And let's see. Handoff went to, boy, that is 27, I believe. So Tony Amilo gets the handoff, and he gets the ball up to just about the 30-yard line. So the ball at the Tiger 30-yard line here. 10:49 left, fourth quarter action from Alumni Field this afternoon. This is junior varsity action. We'll be back on Wednesday for the freshman football game. 6 o'clock start. And a give. This time we got a flag down, and let's see. The give was to number 18 for the Tigers. That was Jonah Rule. There's a call going against the Tigers, and it's holding against Middlebury. Coming up to make the stop there on Rule for the Raiders was Hunter Brown, number 84. And makes the stop on Rule. But at any rate, we've got a flag down the play, and it looks like a holding call against the Tigers. So this will drop Middlebury back here with 10:31 left in the fourth quarter of action. And let's see where they drop this one back. It's going to be inside the Tiger 20-yard line. So let's see if the Raider defense here can rise to the occasion. The Tigers looking at a second down and 13. Second down and looks like 18 now. Second and 18 for the Tigers. Denny Smith, the quarterback now for Middlebury, drops it back. He's being rushed, and he's going to be nailed there by number 70. 84 and 70, so the Raiders coming through big. That was Jason Johnson, and also on the play, Hunter Brown making the stop. So a big defensive stand there by the Raiders. And they're looking at third down and a bunch here. Now they've got two number 89s for the Tigers, so it's either going to be Craig Hansen or Wade Provencher for the Tigers there. 89 just went in. Wade Provencher, and also Craig Hansen, both number 89. So we're not sure which one it is. All right, the Tigers looking at a third down, about 27 now. Now they got Sabalos in there, quarterback, number 14. He wants to throw, and he's not going to be able to. And I'll tell you, number 84 for the Raiders, Hunter Brown, had him in a bear hug, and he dropped him to the turf here. So with 9:09 left in the fourth quarter, the Raiders will get the ball back. Rutland has the lead, 12-8. They came up with two first-half scores to take a 12-0 lead, and then the Tigers came back, and they punched one in that third quarter. Back for the Raiders, number 45, Ben Brown, and also number 22, J.B. Smith. And the boot is a good one. It's going to go to Brown, and he takes it 45, 40, and he gets it close to the 35-yard line of the Tigers, so the Raiders will go to work. First and 10. Good return by Ben Brown. And let's see who the Raiders now will use at quarterback. They've been shifting Shannon and Eaton now. Jake Eaton back in. So Eaton will stay in at quarterback for the Raiders. And they lead this one here 12-8 with 8:35 left to go here. A fourth quarter of action from Alumni Field. Now let's see. He's got Brown and Smith in the backfield. He's got a wing back out there, and he's got a man wide left. And Eaton, first man through. This is J.B. Smith. 35, 30, 25, 20. Gets around the corner. 10, 5. And they're going to say, wait a minute, hold the phone here. Let's see, he went out of bounds. Well, I'll tell you, he was off to the races. Well, I don't know. I didn't see any flags on the field. There's no flags. Okay, wait a minute. All right, well, it pays to be a little taller because I can't. There it is. It's right on the right, left sideline here, Ernie. There is a flag down. And let's see. Well, no, but if that's all we got to rely on, we'll have to go with it, you know. I mean, let's see. All right. Our spotter up here, Walt Laddebush, and he called that one. They're talking to the Middlebury captains, and then they had a discussion. Well, see, it's in front of the Middlebury bench here. It's just about where the coach is now. He's now we're having a discussion. We've got J.B. Smith out there for the Raiders, and one of the not normally under those circumstances, but I was kind of. That's why I'm a little confused here as to what the call was. There was no indication though, right? All right, we've got 8:09 left in the fourth quarter, and the Raiders are up here 12-8. They lead the Middlebury Tigers. The Raider JV team again will be in action again next Monday night. That'll be against MSJ, their final game of the season up here at Alumni, and that'll be at 6 o'clock. We'll have that one on Channel 15. We'll be on the air again for the freshman game. Who is that opponent? Okay, it's a freshman game on Wednesday evening here at Alumni. That'll be against the Mount Anthony Patriots. Okay, they had a tie ball game, 0-0 down there, and we'll have them up here at Alumni. And then, of course, the Raider freshmen will be in action next Wednesday night, and that'll be against the Mounties from MSJ as they close out their season here. So we've got plenty of action left here on Channel 15. And, of course, the big game coming up this Saturday at the varsity level, the Raiders and the Mounties down at St. Peter's Field. And that'll be a big one. And now the officials here are talking to Coach Kevin Belomo there of the Raiders. So I guess they're going to have to replay something about a loss of down. They may have a loss of down here. That was... No, it isn't a loss of down. They're going to repeat the first down then. Okay, so it must have been there was no penalty. There was an inadvertent whistle then. Right. So that's twice this afternoon. The Raiders have come up short there because of a penalty. In this case, we don't know what the call was. There was no call. 1st and 10, 8:09 left, fourth quarter, and the Raiders back at it here. They give us to Brown. And he wiggles his way around the right side, still on his feet, finally knocked out of bounds. Nice run out there, though, by Ben Brown. Well, I tell you, we got some scat backs here in this JV team, something Coach Norman is going to really enjoy next year working with the varsity. You've got J.B. Smith here, and also Ben Brown out there. And they really, once they get around the corner, they got some wheels. Ben Brown and Hunter Brown. Yeah, well, there's two Browns in there. And let's see now. The Raiders looking at a first or second? Second down. Second down, and Walt's falling asleep here, but that's all right. And a give one in the middle of the line there. Let's see who the carry was. J.B. Smith. So now we go to a third down. Now he's got second down there. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Second down, okay. Well, I was the one that was, all right. Now, see, we still missed a down because they had to replay that first one. So this is the third play of the series, right? So it's the second down. Second down and 10 here. 7:09 left in the quarter. Eaton. And he goes to the middle of the line. 34 on the carry. That was Jeff Whitmer on the carry there for the Raiders. And the sun is slowly setting here. Start to cool off. Been a beautiful day here. And a nice afternoon for a ball game. Let's hope we can have these kind of days the rest of the way through here. 2 more weeks of this would be nice. Well, let's see. I don't know. We may be able to go an extra week, maybe 3 more weeks. Right, you got Shannon and Whitmer in the backfield there for the Raiders. Let's see, Shannon got the carry there from Eaton. Started to say Jeff Eaton, but of course that's Jake's older brother there. Jeff Eaton once played here for the Raiders. So now the Raiders looking at a waiting for Walt here. Second down and 9. Boy, I tell you, that thing has been on second down the longest time here. So it's a second down and 9. We got 6 minutes left in the contest, and the Raiders up here, 12-8. See if they can keep the drive going here. Eaton barks them out. Somebody moved. I don't know if they were pulled off sides. False start by the Raiders. So the Raiders will be moving back an extra 5 yards here, so they'll have to start at just about the 16-yard line. So the Raiders will have the ball at the Middlebury 16. And let's see. This will make it a 2nd down and 14 for the Raiders. 5:51, fourth quarter action from Alumni. Junior varsity action. Another 2nd down. Boy, I'll tell you. Well, it's stuck on the clock. It hasn't moved in the last 5 minutes here. Eaton barks him out. He drops it back. And let's see. He's looking. He's got a man open. That's Brown, but he's nailed. And, boy, I'll tell you. Who got the tackle there, Ernie? Boy, those numbers are they're hard to read. Look like 66 or 56 or 66. Well, we'll call it 56. We'll call it Glenn Telgin. Makes the stop for Middlebury. So now we're looking at, there's a 3rd down. 3rd and 16 now. With 5:16 left in the fourth quarter. All right, Eaton drops it back. He's looking. He's got a man down there, and it goes off Micah Kinsler's hand. So Kinsler, the intended receiver down there. And so now it's a 4th down and 16 here for the Raiders. So the Tigers hoping to get the ball back here. They trail the Raiders by 4. And this is really a big series here for the Raiders. They wanted to get some points off of this. All right, so Ben Brown brings the play in off the bench. You say that fast 3 times. All right, he's got Kinsler out on the left-hand side here. And let's see, he drops it back. He's looking downfield. And he lets it go, and it's intercepted. So the Tigers will get the ball back. And this one here is picked off. Let's see. Looks like number 88. 88 for the Tigers, James Harrison. So Harrison picks it off. And the Tigers are right back in the thick of things here. 12-8, 4:55 left, fourth quarter action from Alumni. And the Tigers now will go to work on the offense. That Raider defense now are going to have to step it up here a notch, protect that 4-point lead. Clock is running. We're down to 4:48 now. Fourth quarter action. This is junior varsity action this afternoon. And a give here goes off the goes to the halfback for the Tigers, and that's 45, Chris Allenson. And coming up to make the stop for the Raiders was Jason Johnson and also Hunter Brown out there defensively. 4:22 now in the quarter. The Tigers are going to have to, I think they're going to have to put it up here at some point or another here with 4 minutes to go here in this one. Got a man in motion. And there's the pitch back. This goes to number 45. That's Allison. Nice tackle out there. Let's see who got the tackle for the Raiders. 84. That's got to be Hunter Brown on the stop. And he's played a whale of a ball game here defensively. So Hunter Brown comes up to make the stop. And we got a timeout, Middlebury. So with the score 12 for the Raiders, 8 for the Tigers, we'll take a break. All right, back at Alumni, 12-8. The Raiders on top of the Tigers here. And let's see. One of the officials here, the officials talking to... all right, I guess we're ready to go now. Back at the quarterback position is Denny Smith for the Tigers. Barks him out. He's dropping back. He's got a man down there. And he goes right over the middle. It's complete. Number 27 out there, Tony Amilo for the Middlebury Tigers, makes the reception, and they got a first down here. So we're waiting for the Tigers. They don't throw. They're like the varsity. They don't throw unless they have to. And he let that one go. So Smith hooks up with Amilo, and the Tigers looking at a first down. This is Allenson again. And making the stop for the Raiders is number 34. That's Keefe. Or no, that's Jeff Whitmer, number 34 for the Raiders, made the stop. Chris Allenson on the carry for the Tigers. And the clock is running. We're down to 3:10 now. 3:10 left in the fourth quarter here from Alumni. 12-8. The Raiders on top of the Tigers. Smith drops it back. And it's intercepted. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone here. Let's see. Boy, it looked like the Raider. No, they're going to give it to the offensive man. Looks like they both got it at the same time. Let's see, we got the reception here for the Tigers. Middlebury ball. And I'll tell you, that's the thing on that play. If they both come up with it, the ball normally goes to the offensive man. All right, the Tigers are driving here. 1st and 10, 2:50 left in the ball game. Smith barks him out, pitches it back. This is Allenson. He's hit by one Raider and finally pulled down. Let's see who made the stop there for the Raiders. Angel Shannon on the stop for Rutland. Yeah, that is. Quarterback and inside linebacker. There you go. 2:24 now left in the ball game here. Another exciting contest from Alumni Field. We had an exciting one the last week when we had one on here at the freshman level. And this one's been just as exciting here. Not as much scoring. Smith drops it back, and let's see, he gets away from the Whitmer, and he looks, he's got a receiver, and the reception is made by number 89 down there. And Shannon finally making the stop for the Raiders. Number 89, let's see, Craig Hansen. Hansen makes the reception for the Tigers, and the Middlebury keeps the drive going with 1:59 left. Clock is running. Boy, this is going to be quite a finish here. 1:52 now left in the contest. The Raiders 12 and the Tigers 8, and the Tigers have the ball. And the give is to, let's see, Allenson, I believe, got the carry that time. And we got a timeout on the field here. We'll stay right here, Ernie. Well, I'll tell you what a finish. The Tigers now have the ball. They're looking at, let's see, roughly about the 32-yard line of Rutland. And the Raiders here led 12-0. The Tigers punched one in the third quarter to make it 12-8. They got the two-point conversion. And the Raiders had the ball. Middlebury got the ball back, and they put on quite a drive here. They've been using the combination of the runs and the passes here to get themselves in scoring position. 12-8, the Raiders on top, 1:40 left. Now, who's that, Rutland? Or? Okay, Middlebury should have one timeout left. I'm not sure if the Raiders have used the Raiders. All right, I'm not sure who called that one. Okay, Middlebury called that one. So the Raiders should have all three of theirs left. So they need to come up big here defensively. 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. 1:40 left in the ball game. The Raiders 12 and the Tigers 8. Smith at the quarterback position now. He's got Allenson, a lone setback. Fumble out there, and it's picked up by Shannon. He's at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. He's going to go all the way. Unbelievable. No flags down either. We got to check that. Make sure here. There goes a flag. Well, they're going to get him for, that's okay. It's after the fact. A little too much celebration down there by the Raiders. Now, under the new rules there, they're trying to limit the celebration after the touchdowns. But it's well after the fact. Big play was right, I'll tell you. Quarterback was hit, and I'm not sure who got the... yeah, so they're going to get the Raiders an unsportsmanlike conduct call, but the touchdown will stand. And I'll tell you, Angel Shannon coming up with the loose ball, takes it in, and I think he got the ball back about the Rutland 35, and he just took off for the races. And it's now the Raiders 18 and the Tigers 8. I really didn't. I didn't think it was. I thought it was just a little bit too much celebration, but I guess it's basically it was taunting. Okay, so we got the call. Yeah, we got the official word, so it was taunting, and right, that's what that's what she said. So at any rate, the Raiders do get the touchdown, and I guess there was a little bit of taunting going on after the fact, and so that made it. That's gonna. What this will do now? This will drop the 2-point conversion attempt. Drop it back to. They'll have to go. about the 18-yard line. Okay, the try for the extra points now. And I'll tell you, what a big play to turn this ball game around. We're going to keep it right here. They're going to try for the extra points. They're going to, and you know they're going to go for 2 here. With 1:25 left, so Middlebury will definitely get the ball back. He'll have another shot at it. But the Raiders find themselves up by 10 points now. And these are 2 big, let's see, Jake Eaton rolling. And looking. Now he lets it go, and he's got a man down there, but it's going to be out of bounds. So Eaton finally getting rid of the ball. He had number 80 down there for the Raiders. And that was Jason Irish down there for the Raiders, but the ball goes out of bounds. But what a huge play to turn this ball game around. The Tigers had a full head of steam, a lot of enthusiasm on the sidelines here, looking to pull this game out in the waning minutes. And unfortunately for them, the quarterback was hit, and Angel Shannon, coming up with the big play, recovered the ball, picked it up, and he scooted down the field untouched, and he put 6 more points on for the Raiders. So it's 18-8 now with 1:25 left in the contest. And well, I tell you, another barn burner here, Ernie. We've had 2 good ball games in the last 2 weeks, and I'm sure it'll continue on Wednesday evening when the Mount Anthony Patriots come to town. The last time the Mount Anthony Patriots and the Raiders got together at the freshman level, they played to a 0-0 tie. So that should be an interesting matchup there in the rain. Ernie remembers it well. Must have been a rainy, boy, when it was a rainy afternoon, and of course the night that we went down for the varsity game, it was rainy that night also. So 18-8, and that's your score here with 1:25 left. Junior varsity action. I'll tell you, and these 2 teams have given us an enjoyable afternoon here for high school football. And Angel Shannon will do the kicking. And let's see, back deep. This is going to be kind of tough to pick up those numbers here because it is starting to get dark here. Look out, number 15 fumbled it, and he picks it up, and he's nailed down there. So Shannon makes the stop along with Hunter Brown for the Raiders. The ball was picked up by Brian Murray, and he was nailed immediately by Shannon and Brown. Clock shows 1:17 now left in the contest. The Raiders 18 and the Tigers 8. And let's see here now. Unfortunately for the Tigers, I'll tell you, they had a drive going, and it was snuffed out by the Raiders. Heads-up play there by the Raider defensive team. Angel Shannon runs it in, and it's a whole different ball game here. 18-8, 1:04 left now, 4th quarter. This is Smith. He's going to let it fly, and it's going to be caught. Wow, nice reception made down there. Let's see if we can pick out his number here, number 81. So down there for the Tigers, Adam Gordon. We're going to have a timeout here by Middlebury, so we'll take one here. All right, back at Alumni here, junior varsity action. The Rutland High Red Raiders 18 and the Middlebury Tigers 8. And 53 seconds left in the contest. This is Smith dropping back. He's looking downfield, man open, and another completion. Well, I tell you, the Tigers here, they're still not down. Let's see who. Let's see, number 27, Tony Amilo, makes the reception for Middlebury. And Dennis Smith here, the quarterback. Tigers are not done yet. Dropping back. Another reception. And this is Cannell. And Cannell makes the reception there. Let's see where they are here. Who's that on the stop there? 34 for the Raiders. So that's going to be Jeff Whitmer there making the stop, knocking Cannell out of bounds. So the Tigers will have the ball now just about the 15-yard line of the Raiders. Smith rolling out again. He's got a man down, and this time it goes incomplete. And let's see, it was intended for Cannell. And this one is incomplete, so it stops the clock with 32 seconds left. 18-8, the Raiders on top of the Tigers here this afternoon at Alumni. All right, the Tigers with a 1st and 10. And Smith drops it back. And he throws over the middle there. Shannon knocks it down. Angel Shannon. And they were going over the middle there, the intended receiver. I'm not sure who that was on the some of these shirts. I'll tell you, the orange is faded. And the lights aren't on here as this was a 4 o'clock start, so we're heading towards dusk. And it's getting a little tricky now trying to pick up the numbers. It is cool now. Smith drops it back now. Looking, being chased. And he's going to have to keep this one. And he's finally run down there on that far sideline. Number 21 for the Raiders coming up to make the stop was Brian Hackett. So Hackett makes the stop defensively for the Raiders. And the clock, they finally, no, they don't stop it. This is it. They have no more timeouts. This will be the last play of the ball game. Smith lets it go. And he got it right at the buzzer here, the reception. All right, number 81 for the Tigers, Adam Gorton. So Smith to Gorton for the touchdown, and that's just goes to show you how important that play was for the Raiders. Shannon taking the fumble and running it back. It's now 18-12. And 18-12, and I'm sure they're going to go for the... Now, I think they should... They got to give them the 2 points. They got to let them go for the conversion. That's not right. I would think they got to give them the 2. I mean, it's meaningless, but still, the point is. Well, actually, the touchdown, the catch was made before time ran out, I believe. I'm not. They don't run the clock anyway, so it wouldn't matter. I don't think they're going to let them do it though. From the looks of things here, it's Rutland 18, Middlebury 14, and this junior varsity contest this afternoon. It's been a whale of a ball game. There's a little discussion out on the field, and the coach, both coaches out there, and I guess that's going to do it. So they're going to line it up. And I've enjoyed doing this one this afternoon, Ernie. This is the final score here from Alumni this afternoon in junior varsity action. The Rutland High Red Raiders 18 and the Middlebury Tigers 14 for Channel 15. This is Mark Carboneau and Ernie Sule, and we'll see you later in the week.